calling the kettle black is all I'm saying.
Ooh. The pot calling the kettle black. Huh.
Whoa. That was some tea. That was shade. That was major shade.
Pot calling the kettle black. So, I mean, you're not insinuating that
he's gay?
50 Cent is...
Oh my Lord, please. What? Girl, we gotta talk after this episode is over.
Wait, Vivica A. Fox, what are you insinuating?
Well, I mean,
he gave you...
No, he's not. I mean, we had a great time. I mean, but he's just seems like he's got something that's not quite clear.
50 Cent just won't let that grudge with Vivica Fox die, no matter how many years go by. He came for her again, this time clowning her for allegedly getting a BBL at nearly 60. Like, seriously? He's still stuck on her. Vivica's fresh look has been blowing up all over socials lately, and the second her name hits the trend list, guess who pops up like clockwork?
The main thing that what killed the relationship was that we just went way too public, way too fast.
Yep, 50 Cent. And at first, it looked like he was low-key impressed. People even started whispering that he might be thinking about spinning the block and giving Vivica another shot. But just when folks thought it might be a reunion in the making, he switched gears fast. Suddenly, he was dragging her, throwing shade about her botched surgery and saying she's never gonna find another man.
But for my birthday, he filled my entire house with my favorite flowers, which were Casablancas and gardenias.
He's very romantic, and he's like a big teddy bear. Yeah. And see, I know that side of him, and he's very sweet and very kind and gives the best hugs.
Now let's talk about, he's 10 years younger than you are.
11.
11 years younger than you are. And you've said that energizes you.
Yeah, definitely makes me happy. Keeps a pep in my step for sure.
Was he in love with you?
Very much. I mean, I think that the reason why it's haunted me for such a long time is I found out later that he wanted to propose to me. So that's why.
Right, okay. So I'll set the stage. They're in Monte Carlo. 50's got the ring in his pocket.
No. He was going to have a theater because I was excluded in the international tour of Kill Bill.
Real bold, right? But Vivica? Oh, she ain't one to stay quiet. She clapped back hard. And she didn't just defend herself, she dropped a bomb. She fired off claiming that 50 is on the DL, saying he wouldn't recognize a real woman if she slapped him in the face. Whoa. This old flame just got reignited, but not in the lovey-dovey way. It's giving messy, it's giving petty, and it's giving straight-up chaos. And look, Vivica getting work done.
You know, I want to thank Vivica Fox for wearing that dress, too.
That shook a lot of people. Nobody saw it coming, but hey, she's a grown woman, she makes her own choices, and if she wants to switch things up, that's her business. Still, 50 acting like he's got stock in her body. The obsession is wild. Vivica Fox has always been that girl, exotic, stunning, and body always on point. That's why her sudden body transformation had everyone's jaws on the floor. Like nobody saw that coming. But let's keep it real. People have been making little shady comments about her looks for a couple of years now, which honestly makes no sense at all. Some folks have been nitpicking how she doesn't look the same as she did back in her prime, especially pointing to her role in Kill Bill. Like, really? That movie came out in 2003. That's over 20 years ago. Of course she looks different now. Vivica was in her mid-30s back then, so she's pushing 61 now. What do they expect? A time machine. Bodies change, especially women's bodies. That's just life.
Oh man, my love life is great.
Is it like the first time though when Vivica gives you the go-ahead and says you're gonna get naked in your bed? Is it awesome?
Yeah, man, it's exciting.
Are you able to hold out a long time?
No.
Is she loud in bed? Like, does she make a lot of noise? Does she make a lot of noise?
Nah, she doesn't make a lot of noise.
She doesn't.
And even with all that change, Vivica's still holding it down and serving looks that most people wish they could pull off at any age. But when she stepped out with her new snatch shape a few weeks ago at a meet and greet in Houston to promote her hair brand, that was the plot twist nobody was ready for. The internet went wild. People couldn't stop talking. I mean, let's be honest. You don't usually see women in their 60s stepping out with fresh BBLs or going under the knife for a whole new silhouette. It's rare, sure, but Vivica, she flipped the script. Now look, people expect a little nip here, a little tuck there, maybe a facelift or some Botox. That's nothing new. But a full-on BBL, that's usually something you see women in their 20s or 30s doing, not someone pushing 60. So when Vivica popped out with her new curves, the internet lit up and fans had plenty to say. One person wrote, "I'm all for folks doing what they want with their bodies, but Vivica needs to chill. She already looked great for her age. Why risk it?" Another said, "This is dangerous. Our elders out here trying to be 35 forever. It's getting embarrassing and risky."
Dump you or you dumped her? Be honest.
Okay, I ain't call him no more.
Oh, really?
I have to stop calling.
Really?
Well, what happened?
She told you to stop calling?
Nah, I stopped calling. I feel like her people were taking advantage of the situation as far as her publicist was concerned.
They were using you for publicity.
Good for you.
Nah, they could have been using me for publicity because then, you know.
In a way, you're the hottest thing out there.
Yeah, but in the, then it would be, then we wouldn't have been together intimately.
And of course, it didn't take long for 50 Cent to jump into the mix. He slid into the comments with, "Wait, let me see." And folks couldn't tell if he was throwing shade or being playful. But then he hit us with a follow-up. "Who said I was spinning the block? Man, I ain't gonna lie, that booty was good though, I think so." Now that's when things got murky. Was he flirting? Was he just being messy? Fans were scratching their heads thinking maybe 50 still had a little soft spot for Vivica and might actually be considering a second chance. But nah, that hope crashed real quick because right after that, he pulled a classic 50 Cent move and went full petty. Out of nowhere, he started trolling Vivica again, posting a side-by-side video of her real-life appearance versus her Instagram pics. In the video, she looked totally different, like night and day.
It was like a huge learning lesson for me. You know, it was the first time that I went public with the relationship that I should have maybe taken the time to get to know him.
With 50 Cent?
Yes, Curtis.
And then, just to be extra, he tacked on an obviously edited IG photo at the end to really stir the pot. Let's keep it real. Vivica did look pretty different in that video compared to the pics she posted on social. But who doesn't these days? Almost every celeb out here is editing their photos with filters, Facetune, and full-on Photoshop. Social media is smoke and mirrors, and 50 Cent knows that. He wasn't being slick. He knew exactly what he was doing when he posted that video side by side with her glam Instagram shot. He wanted folks talking, and not in a flattering way. But Vivica, she's no rookie to this game, and word on the street is she's not even shocked that 50 pulled such a shady move.
Is it true that you turned the 12-carat ring into a pair of earrings?
Yeah.
An insider spilled that she sees right through him and thinks his comments are straight up vindictive with no real reason behind them. And apparently she's been threatening to stir up major trouble if he keeps pushing it. And let's be honest, knowing Vivica, she might just go through with it. This woman doesn't bluff when it comes to getting even. These two have been on a toxic merry-go-round for over 2 decades now. It's wild. They broke up more than 20 years ago and still managed to take public shots at each other like it just ended last week. If anyone can match 50's chaos level, it's Vivica Fox. Their history is messy, dramatic, and full of tension. From day one, when they first crossed paths at the BET Awards back in 2003, 50 was instantly hooked by her beauty. And ever since, it's been a roller coaster of flirtation, fallout, shade, and straight-up war. Fast forward to the 2003 MTV Video Music Awards, boom.
The relationship didn't work out, but the press lasted a lot longer than the relationship did. So, I mean,
why do you think the press does that? Why do they, like, vilify the woman? Because when I read that stuff, I was like, it's so ridiculous.
No, it wasn't the press. It was him.
Oh.
No, it was him. He was like, she's exploiting me. She's trying to use me for, you know, to get publicity, and which was so not true. I was about to be in a film with, you know, Oscar-winning actors, and I've been acting for years. But, you know, I just considered that ghetto love. That was his way of dealing with the breakup.
50 Cent and Vivica Fox stepped out on that red carpet hand in hand, shutting down all the whispers and side-eye speculation. No more guessing games. This power duo was official, and they wanted the world to know it. This was the peak of their superstar era. 50 Cent was on fire, dropping his legendary debut album Get Rich or Die Trying and selling a jaw-dropping 12 million copies across the globe. He wasn't just hot, he was untouchable.
It's all good, you know?
Okay, and I guess he went on his European tour.
Yes.
And at that point, I guess the relationship started to kind of devolve.
No, the relationship broke up after the World Music Awards. I came back and he was on the radio saying he dumped me.
You find out on the radio?
Yeah, my friend called me. I was in Baltimore filming The Salon, and my friend, a stylist, whose name is skipping me right now. Oh, my friend Daryl Brown called me and said, yo, your boy's on the radio blasting you. And first I went, who? And he was like, 50 Cent. I was like, Curtis? He's like, yeah, he's telling everybody you guys broke up. And I was like, we did? Huh. So he never personally said, it's a wrap.
On the radio, huh?
Yeah, but he went on, and you know, that was his way. That was his way when I look back at it now.
And Vivica, she was Hollywood royalty. She had hit after hit. Independence Day, Set It Off, Soul Food, Two Can Play That Game, Kill Bill. She was everywhere. The red carpets, the movie screens, the awards shows. She was that girl. Together, they were the ultimate celebrity couple. Fame, fortune, looks, and chemistry that couldn't be faked. Vivica was falling hard for 50 day by day, and it showed. He treated her like a queen, whining and dining her, and the two looked like real relationship goals, and even if it was short-lived. Word is, 50 was head over heels too. He was allegedly planning to pop the question. And get this, he was gonna do it with a 12-carat engagement ring for her birthday, right around the time Kill Bill dropped. But just when things were about to turn fairy tale level, it all went sideways.
And after that, his people got in touch with my people, and next thing I know, we were on the phone. And my birthday was coming up, and he's such a gentleman. He's very generous. I know him as Curtis, always will. And the 50 Cent, you know, those are his performing thing and who he is as a man. So I met Curtis.
Vivica did something that rubbed 50 the wrong way, and boom, that dream ring, gone. Instead, he hit her with a pair of earrings and pulled the plug on the proposal, just like that. Now let's break down how this love story crashed and burned because it fell apart fast. We're talking House of Cards and a hurricane fast. One minute they were Hollywood's it couple, and the next, it was all smoke and rubble. Privacy, please. That didn't exist for them even back then. These two were living under a microscope with paparazzi snapping and tabloids writing every move they made. And let's be real for a sec. Even the strongest couples crack when their business is plastered across every gossip headline daily. But the real twist, that age gap. Turns out it wasn't just a cute little detail, it was a whole problem. Vivica was in her late 30s, a grown woman who'd seen life, and 50? He was still 26, barely pushing 27, and acting like it. Let's just say, maturity wasn't exactly his strong suit. And here's where things spiraled. 50 Cent couldn't keep their relationship private if his life depended on it. If there was a mic, a camera, or even a stranger passing by, he was talking, dropping details, hinting at drama, putting their business out there like it was a reality show audition.
What were your thoughts when 50 Cent blamed the second season ratings dip on gay stuff?
First of all, you know, the pot calling the kettle black is all I'm saying.
Ooh. The pot calling the kettle black. Huh.
Whoa. That was some tea. That was shade. That was major shade.
Pot calling the kettle black. So, I mean, you're not insinuating that
he's
50
gay?
Cent is...
Oh, my Lord, please. What? Girl, we gotta talk after this episode is over.
Wait, Vivica A. Fox, what are you insinuating?
Well, I mean,
he gave you...
No, he's not. I mean, we had a great time. I mean, but he's just seems like he's got something that's not quite clear. So
you mean sometimes if people protest too much about something,
yes,
the fire is happening right there in front of them.
Absolutely. I just never forget there was a Vibe cover with him and Soulja Boy that made me kind of go,
Vivica wasn't feeling that at all. She didn't sign up to have her personal life turned into a public circus. She wanted love, not lives of the rich and messy. And 50, he just couldn't stop running his mouth. Discretion? Never heard of it. Between the media frenzy, the too soon public rollout, and 50's loose lips, the whole relationship was a ticking time bomb. And when it blew, it exploded. Like a firecracker on the 4th of July, bright, loud, and over in seconds. So here's where things got real ugly. 50 Cent started feeling like being with Vivica was messing with his tough guy image. Instead of handling it like a grown man and talking it out, he dipped, just like that. And no, he didn't sit Vivica down for a mature convo. He didn't even have the decency to send a text. She found out she was single by turning on the radio. Can you imagine waking up, flipping through stations, and hearing the host say you've been dumped? That's cold, like next level cold. But wait, it gets worse. 50 didn't just break things off. He ghosted her. No phone call, no heads up, not even a we need to talk. He straight vanished like a magician walking off stage. One day he was there and the next, gone. Left Vivica confused, hurt, and completely blindsided. And if you think that's the end of it, nope. Instead of staying quiet and moving on, 50 started running his mouth. Instead of keeping things respectful, he hit the streets spilling tea like it was happy hour. All the private details out there, all the messy parts on full display, and then the audacity. He went around claiming that Vivica was only with him for clout, like she wasn't already a full-blown star before he even had a hit record. At the end of the day, the spotlight was just too much for their relationship to survive. The cameras, the headlines, the constant buzz, it all got way too loud and they just couldn't handle the heat. But let's not get it twisted. Remember when I said Vivica is not the one to play with? Yeah, 50 Cent clearly forgot that memo. He really thought he could drag her name through the dirt and walk away untouched? Wrong move. Vivica had zero patience for his nonsense and wasn't about to let him score cheap points by painting her like some desperate clout chaser. So what did she do? Oh, she clapped back, and hard. She didn't sit in silence. She didn't cry in the corner. Nope, she stood up and aired it out. Vivica made it loud and clear. She never used him for fame, and she wasn't about to let him twist the narrative like she was some groupie trying to ride his wave. You think you can play with my name? Think again. That was the energy she came with. And the wild part? Even though 50 was the one who dumped her, he was still out here being petty like he got played, still throwing shade, still trying to act like he won something, when really all he did was lose a real one. 50 Cent didn't just move on, he went full savage. He even took shots at Vivica in his music. In his track, Get in My Car, he dropped lines like, my game mess with a chick brain until she thinks she wifey. I spent her life savings in a day cause she likes me. Commitment from me? Nah, not likely. Then he followed it up with, went out with Vivica, thought I was on to something, but next week, nah man, it was nothing. He really tried to make it sound like the entire relationship meant nothing to him, like she was just another name on the list, publicly downplaying their love, making her look like she was chasing after him while he was never serious. That's next level cold. Vivica was devastated. She later called the song heartbreaking and humiliating. And honestly, who could blame her? That kind of betrayal played out through lyrics for the world to hear. That stings, but 50 didn't stop there. He kept the petty energy alive when Vivica landed a role on Empire. Instead of supporting her, he tried to take a jab at the entire show while sneak dissing her at the same time. In an interview, he blamed the show's drop in ratings on too much gay stuff. He said, there are 3 million less viewers from last night's Empire episode. Did you watch it? We couldn't take all the extra gay stuff or the celebrity drama. That comment, it backfired big time. Social media came for him hard, dragging him all over the internet. But like the troll he is, 50 tried to brush it off, saying, it must be a slow news week. So 50 Cent stirred up a whole storm when he blamed Empire losing 3 million viewers on too much gayish. He tried to play it off like he was just saying, Cookie, call me, and not really throwing shade, but let's be real, the internet wasn't buying it. He tried to rhyme his way out of the mess, but the damage was done. And Vivica, oh, she definitely wasn't letting that slide. She clapped back hard, throwing some serious heat by hinting that 50 had something going on behind the scenes with Soulja Boy. Yep, she basically cracked the door open on some rumors that had people side-eyeing for years. And 50, he lost it. He clapped back with a wild line saying, now she thinks I'm gay because I let her lick my butt. Wait, I didn't want her to, she forced me. My hands were tied, 50 shades of gray. That's what he actually said. Like, what even? Vivica wasn't done. She fired back with a never-before-seen throwback photo of 50 wearing makeup and hit him with the caption, tell you what, 50 Cent, since you keep lying, I challenge you. Let's both go on Bravo's Watch What Happens Live and clear this up. You know that never happened, Queen. Who? They've been at it for years. This back and forth, throwing shade out of nowhere like they're still stuck in 2005. But one thing's clear. Vivica might get messy, but 50 Cent is always the one throwing the first punch. And now, he's back at it again, trolling her over her new booty like he's got nothing better to do. So y'all already know, 50 Cent's immaturity was a major reason this whole love story fell apart. Back then, he wanted to keep that tough guy image alive, and now, he's still playing the same tired game. First, he complimented Vivica's new body, even dropped hints like he might be interested again. But the moment the internet started whispering that he still had a thing for her, boom, he switched it up and posted that shady video of her body, clearly trying to get her dragged online. But Vivica, she's done playing with him. According to someone close to her, she's warning 50 to keep her name out of his mouth, period. She's not here for the mess, and she's definitely not letting him get away with clowning her for likes. And here's the wild part, word is, Vivica's still sitting on some real dirt about 50, stuff she's kept locked away for years. allegedly. So if he keeps poking the bear, he might just get burned, because this version of Vivica, BBL Vivi, ain't the one. These two lovebirds turned rivals are legendary when it comes to drama. But what do y'all think? Is 50 out of line for coming at her like that? Or is Vivica right to clap back and threaten to spill the tea? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear all your thoughts. And don't forget, like, subscribe, share, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss the next messy update. See you in the next one.